everyone, welcome back. This is the second video on getter and setter property, where we'll be looking at creating a decorator of property to use it. Okay, so we have already seen how to use normal functions and the property function, which returns an object, to create getter and setter for a function, for a class. And now we'll look at the decorators. Okay, the getters and setters were used for validating getting and setting of attribute values, right? So there is one more way to implement property function, that is by using decorators. It is one of the built-in decorators, so you have to use @property. While using you are associating a decorator to the class. Okay, so the main purpose of decorator will be to change the definition of a class function, and that will be without actually modifying the definition itself. Okay, so you will be modifying the definition for your own use, and you will be using the same function for other programs as well. So we'll start with the property decorator here in this class. Okay, I have created the constructor using init, which is accepting age. I'll be using the same variable over here also. I will not require these kind of functions. I will use a decorator. So I'll say @property. Remember here that you were associating a decorator to a class using @, and I'm using a predefined decorator that is called property to make this function a getter function. Rather than using whole of this, I will be using the decorator to associate these functions to the class, right? So I don't need to use this. I'll just remove it. By using this property decorator, I have associated this particular function, that is getAge, as a getter to this class. Okay, to associate this setter function, I will have to create another decorator. I will have to say @, because the setAge is requiring an argument. So else I will have to say that age, it is the name of the variable, dot setter. So age variable will be set using this setter function, and hence this setter function set_age will be associated to the class as a setter, right? So for getter, you don't need any argument, so you can directly use property decorator. For setter function, you have to use variable dot setter as a decorator to associate it as a setter, right? Similarly, for del, we don't require here a del function, so we'll remove it. We just want to create get and set using the property decorators. So I will don't require to update it like anything. It is already returning the age, and the setter function is saying that successfully updated. So I'll keep it as it is. In the object creation, I have created the object because here I have chosen a default parameter. I'm setting the age as 20 and marking the age. So I'll change it like 25. Now if I want to generalize the flow of the program, what will I say? So in a class, I have initiator and two decorators. As soon as I want to set the value, what will happen? This obj is associated to the age. This age is the variable of this class, right? It is the private variable declared as _age. As soon as we want to update its value, the setter function will be called as age.setter. This age is associating as a setter using this function. So this function will be called, we'll see a successfully updated statement, and the age will be set. As soon as we try to fetch the value, this getter function using property decorator will be called. It will bypass any other function, and it will print the statement as giving the value, and will have the value which will be printed using the print statement, right? So now that we have seen updated this value, and we have this print statement over here, we can say that the program is ready. Because we are accessing it as age, so age has to be present inside the class. Before, as we had seen, age was the object of property function, but here we cannot see any age defined over here. What we will have to do, we'll update this name of the functions get and set, will update these names as age itself. So whenever the age has to be updated, the setter function will be called. Whenever the age has to be fetched, then the getter function will be called. Okay, that is how we will define the getter and setter functions over here. So that will be the difference from the previous two methods that we created using normal functions and using the property function object, right? So we will have to update this using this. Now if we want to execute this, we are saying that initially the age will be 0, then we'll be updating it like that. We'll try to run it. Okay, let's try to execute this program, and we are expecting the same thing, and we are getting the same thing, successfully updated. That is due to the setting function of this object.age equal to 25. Next we are fetching the value, it gives us billing the value and 25. So that is how you can use the property decorator of getter and setter for any variable. You can define this multiple times for multiple variables also, and you can use this getter and setter for extending the functionalities while using the same variable without any addition of functions. Okay, without any use of functions. We can also use functions to extend the functionality, but that will include the complexity of the program. So to make it simple, we can say that yeah, we will just create getter and setter using either the property or using the decorators, right? That is how we'll do it. That was the second video. I hope you learned something from it. That will be it. Thank you.